morning, students. I hope you are all safe by the grace of God. These are all your answers for your previous assignment number 9. You'd have learnt about decimals. In today's class, we will be learning about terminating and non-terminating decimals. Terminating decimals. If the dividend is exactly divisible by the divisor, if the remainder is 0, then the quotient is called a terminating decimals. For example, 1 divided by 2. If you divide 1 divided by 2, your quotient will be 0.5 and your remainder will be 0. If the remainder is 0, it is called terminating decimals. Let's see one example. Divide 3 by 4. If you divide 3 divisible by 4, here you can see that your dividend is smallest number and divisor is greater number. So here we are going to add point 0.0 in the quotient. Then what will be your dividend? It will be 30, right? 4 sevens are 28. If you subtract, here you can see that 4 sevens are 28. If you subtract, your answer will be 2, right? Next, here you are going to add one more 0. And 4 5s are 20, right? Here your quotient will be 0.75 and your remainder is 0, right? Your answer will be 0.75, right? Here you can see that the remainder becomes 0 after some steps, right? And this process of division is called terminating decimals. Okay, let's see one more example. Let's see one example. Divide 12 by 5. Here you can see that your dividend is greater number and your divisor is smaller number. If you divide 12 by 5, what will be your answer? Let's see. 5 2s are 10, right? If you subtract, your answer will be 2. And here you are going to add point 4, make 2 as 20. Then 5 fours are 20, and your quotient will be 2.4 and your remainder will be 0. The remainder becomes 0 after some steps, right? After some steps, the remainder becomes 0. It is called terminating decimals. This process is called terminating decimals. What will be your answer? If you divide 12 by 5, your answer will be 2.4. Your answer will be 2.4. Next, non-terminating decimals. A decimal in which the digit continue infinitely, that is, when the divisor never gets completed, is called a non-terminating decimals. Let's see one example. Divide 8 by 7. If you divide 8 divided by 7, what will be your answer? If you divide 8 ones are 7 ones are 7, and if you subtract 8 minus 7, your answer will be 1. And here you're going to add point, then it becomes 0. 7 ones are 7. If you subtract, your answer will be 3. And here you're going to add 0. 7 fours are 28. If you subtract 30 minus 28, your answer will be 2. And here you are going to add 0. 7 twos are 14. If you subtract 20 minus 14, your answer will be 6. It will goes like this. It will never end. You can observe that the process of division never terminates. Your remainder will not be 0. It will continuously go on like this. Okay? The division never gets completed. So this is called non-terminating decimals. And terminating decimals, you will get remainder as 0. But in non-terminating decimals, your answer will not, your remainder will not be 0. It will goes like this. Here you can see that your quotient will be goes on like this. Let's stop after the decimal point 3 digits. Okay, let's stop. So here your answer will be here your answer will be 1.142 and so on. So this process is called as non-terminating decimals. Let's see one example. Divide 13 by 17. Here your divisor is greater number and your dividend is smaller number. If it's like this, you should add a quotient, 1 point decimal point, and your dividend will be 130. Here you can see that your divisor is smaller number and your dividend is greater number. If you divide 7, if you multiply 17 sevens are 119. If you subtract, your answer will be 11. And here you are going to add one more 0. 17 6 are 102. If you subtract 110 minus 102, your answer will be 8. Right? And 17 fours are 68. If you subtract 80 minus 68, your answer will be 12. It will goes on like this. After the decimal point, 3 digits is enough. It will goes like this. It will never end. Your remainder will not be 0. So in this process, you can say that this is non-terminating decimals because it will goes like this. It will never end up. Okay. 13 divisible by 17 is equal to 0.764 and so on. Here you can say that the digits continue infinitely. When the division never gets completed, it is called non-terminating decimals. You can observe that the process of division never terminates. And terminating decimals, your remainder will be 0, right? But in non-terminating decimals, uh, you will not get 0 in the remainder. So this process is called non-terminating decimals. Next, recurring or repeating decimals. A decimal in which a digit or a group of digits recurs or repeats endlessly, that is when the division never gets completed, is called recurring decimals. Let's see one example for repeating or recurring decimals. Express 1 divided by 3 as a decimal. Here we are going to express this fraction as a decimals. If you divide, your divisor is 3 and your dividend is 1. So here we are going to add 0. In the quotient, you will put decimal point, right? 3 3s are 9 and balance 1. Here you are going to add one more 0 and 3 3s are 9, and if you subtract, your answer will be 1. And here you are going to add one more 0 and 3 3s are 9. It will goes like this. After the decimal point, after the decimal point, 3 digits is enough. Okay, it will goes like this. It will never end up, right? But in this repeating or recurring decimals, you can see that the number, the one digit or two digit repeatedly come on. Okay, it will repeat 333. It will goes like this, 3333 only. So this method is called repeating or recurring decimals. If you divide 1 divided by 3, your answer will be 3.333 and so on. You can put this as 0.333 or 0.3 point or 0.3 bar. Okay. Next, conversion of recurring decimals into fraction. Let's see one example how to convert recurring decimal into fraction. The given value is 0.3 dot, and the 3 over there is a dot. A dot or a bar is placed over a digit to indicate that it recurs, and it is a recurring decimals. Okay, if there is any dot or bar, it tells that it will repeating. Let's take this as x. Let x is equal to 0.3 point. If a dot is placed over digit, it means it indicates it's recurring. So we can write this as 0.333 and so on. Let's take this equation as number 1. Next, we are going to multiply 10 on both sides. Multiply
10 on both sides. If we multiply 10 on both sides, 10 into x, it will be 10x, right? 10x is equal to 10 into 0.333 means it will comes 3.333 like that, okay? If you multiply, it will come like this. And we just take this 10x, this equation as number 2. Here we are going to subtract 1 from equation 2. Equation 1 from equation 2. Subtract 1 from 2. If you subtract 10x minus x is equal to 3.333 and so on minus 0.3333. Okay. If you subtract 10x minus x, the answer will be 9x, right? If you subtract 3 minus 3x, if you subtract 1 from 2, it will be 10x minus x is equal to 3.333 minus 0.333. Okay. If you subtract 10x minus x, the answer will be 9x, right? And if you subtract 3.33 minus 0.333, the answer will be 3. Here we are going to get the decimal 9 and denominator. 3 divisible by 9. You can cancel this, right? 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9. So the answer is 1 by 3. Here we just convert the recurring decimals into fraction. The answer is 1 divided by 3. Let's see another example. The given value is 0.17 bar. Here you can see that a bar is placed over a digit. So it indicates it recurs. Okay. So what will be the value x? Let x is equal to 0.17 bar. It indicates it's a recurring decimal, right? So we can write it as 0.17, 17 and so on. Here you can see that after the decimal point there is 2 digits, right? So here we are going to multiply 100 on both sides. Here we are going to multiply 100 on both sides. Let's take this x as equation number 1, and if you multiply 100 on both sides, what will be the answer? 100x is equal to you should multiply 0.1717 into 100. If you multiply, the decimal point will go to the right side after 2 places. 1, 2. It will shift after 2 digits. So the point will lies after 2 decimals, means 17.1717 and so on. So let's take this equation as number 2. So here we are going to subtract equation number 1 from 2. If you subtract 1 from 2, 100 minus x is 99x, right? Let's put like this. Let's put 100x minus x is equal to 17.1717 and so on minus 0.1717, okay, and so on. If you subtract 100x minus x, the answer will be 99x, right? If you subtract 17.1717 and so on minus 0.171717, the answer will be 17. Okay, and here we are going to get down the 99. So x is equal to 17 divided by 99. Here you can see that we just convert this recurring 0.1717 into 99. We just convert this recurring decimal into fraction.